Mr. Regan, as part of the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, the EPA established the Office of Environmental Justice and External Civil Rights, which now manages $3 billion for environmental and climate justice to fund community-based NGOs. As part of the allocation, $600 million is devoted to the Environmental Justice Thriving Communities grant-making program, which has shown serious signs of waste, fraud, and abuse. More alarmingly, some of this money has been designated for groups opposed to the interests of the United States and her allies. So my questions today, Mr. Regan, are yes or no, very simply yes or no. Administrator Regan, environmental justice grantees have partners and affiliates who also receive funds from the EPA. Are any of these groups or affiliates who receive this money anti-American, yes or no?
Not that I'm aware of.
Are any of these groups who receive this money anti-Semitic, yes or no?
Not that I'm aware of.
Are any of these groups explicitly anti-Israel?
You're talking about that have received money?
That are on the list to receive money, correct? Yes or no? Are any of these groups explicitly anti-Israel? Do they hate Jews?
None of these groups have
Okay,
received
are any
money.
of these groups opposed to police and law enforcement? Yes or no?
I think we have to establish the point that none of
The
these groups have
question is
received
yes
money.
or no. Are any of these groups opposed to police and law enforcement? Yes or no?
None of the groups have received money.
That's not the question. Are any of these groups who are allotted to get money from this fund anti-police? Yes or no?
I'm not
You know
quite
exactly what
sure.
I'm talking about. Are
Yes.
you familiar with the group called Climate Justice Alliance? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I was surprised to learn that $50 million has been designated for Climate Justice Alliance, a group which explicitly publishes a Free Palestine section on its website. On the website, there are dozens of anti-Semitic and alarming images designed to be printed and used in the violent pro-Hamas protests we've seen across the country. Here are a few of them this morning. This first image includes a slogan that is widely recognized as a call to eradicate the state of Israel. Is this the official position of the Biden EPA? Yes or no?
Is it the what?
Official position of Biden's EPA? Yes or no?
That is not our problem.
Does this sign protect the environment? Yes or no?
That is not our problem.
This group, where this image came from, is designated to receive $50 million.
Has that group received
So
any
this sign says freedom for Palestine. What does it say at the bottom? From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Should taxpayers pay for this kind of thing,
Well, I
yes
think
or
you're
no?
misrepresenting the fact.
We're not misrepresenting. My second image that I'm going to show you today,
You're
this
misrepresenting the
image
facts.
calls, I'm speaking and I'm going to reclaim my time.
Yeah, you're misrepresenting.
This image calls to defund the police and accuses the United States of violence. Is this the official position of Biden's EPA, yes or no?
No, that's a problem.
Okay, does this sign protect the environment, yes or no?
I don't know what that says.
The group that produces this sign is allotted to get $50 million from U.S. taxpayers. The next
what is your
image,
definition
the
of
next
allotted?
image I'm going to show you, I would like you to read this poster from your seat. Can you tell me what this says?
I think you can read for yourself.
I'm asking you to read the poster. What does it
You
say?
can read it for yourself. I abhor.
What does it
bigotry.
say? This
I
image
abhor
says,
bigotry, and I will not
abolish
repeat.
prisons everywhere. This image says, free Palestine. This image says, stop Cop City. This group that produced this poster is allotted to receive $50 million from U.S. taxpayers.
That group has
This
not
is
received
disgusting.
one dime from
This
EPA.
image, this next image, adds an anti-Semitic message, and it calls for defunding the police. This is particularly special. Is this the position, the official position of Biden's EPA? Yes or no?
That fund, they have not received one dime.
Does this sign protect the environment? They are slated to receive $50 million
They have not
from
received
taxpayers.
one dime from EPA.
So you're saying on this next image, this is probably the left's favorite. The quote on this image is from a convicted murderer of a police officer that is still at large and wanted by the FBI. Does the Biden EPA support this position? Yes or no?
These hypotheticals.
So today,
have nothing to do with
our
EPA.
witness can't even answer the questions. $50 million was going to go to this organization vis-a-vis U.S. taxpayers. So you're going to tell me today, are you promising that this group will not receive a single dime? Yes or no?
None of these groups that you have paraded up here have received one dime.
Will you promise to ensure that they won't receive a single taxpayer dollar? This particular group is slated to get $50 million.
Listen,
will you promise me today that they will get zero?
First of all,
yes or no?
half the things you've put up there are offensive, right?
They are offensive. And like I said, it is a
second of all-
fact, this group is going to get, is slated to get $50 million from U.S. taxpayers.
None
So
of these
our
groups-
witness today,
Madam
let's show,
Chair-
can't even answer the question.
Madam Chair, will you just allow him to answer you? I think it'd be fair to allow him to answer you.
None
He
of
hasn't
these
answered a
groups have
single
gotten
question.
one dime from EPA, for the record.
Will you promise today that they will receive $0?
None of these groups have gotten one dime from EPA.
I'm sitting in the chair, you're not. So thank you, and I yield back. All right, I will now yield.